two certificates on this course. The one is coaching and the other one is NLP. What's the difference between the two? Well, firstly, we need to understand that coaching is the most natural thing for people to do. Coaching is, in essence, in its most simplest form, nothing else but a conversation between two people where one person leaves the conversation better off than what they were when they entered. That's coaching. It's a conversation between two people, and the one person is better off at the end of it than what they were before they started. Now, is there anybody here that's had a conversation like that with someone else? Where you had a conversation with someone and they left better off than what they were before? Cool. You've been doing it for years, right? You've been doing it your entire life. So here's the thing we need to understand. You're already a coach. You're a natural born coach. You're already a coach. So why come on a coaching course? I'm not going to teach you to coach. You know how to do that instinctively. I'm going to teach you how to be more effective and more efficient in a shorter time frame. Because sometimes that conversation to get someone to be better off might take 3 days. I'm going to teach you how to have that conversation in an hour or even less. That's what you learn on this course. I'm not going to teach you the history about coaching or the different style and all this stuff. Guys, there's a huge amount of stuff you can go and read. If you really want to know some stuff, just go and Google. It's out there. Some stuff is in the manual. Read the manual. I'm not going to sit and explain it to you. All I want you guys to realize is what the essence or the basics of coaching is. There's statistics about coaching in the manual, all kinds of stuff. Just go read that. I'm not going to sit here and read it for you. You'll fall asleep. So the one side, you've got coaching, which is a conversation between two people where when one person leaves the conversation better off. But coaching focuses on the analytical, the logic brain. Coaching is strategy. It's hypothesizing. It's building plans to achieve dreams, goals, and desires. That's what coaching is all about. I want to start a business. How do I go about it? What are the steps, the intellectual logic stuff? Are there resources I need? Are there things that I need to develop? How do I achieve it? But it's all about the intellectual mind. Now, that sounds fine on the one side, but the intellectual mind is a very strange thing. The intellectual mind, and I made a joke earlier, tells me to go to the shop and go buy bread and milk, and I come back with a trolley full of stuff and there's no bread and milk. Because the intellectual mind said go and buy it, but there's a different part of the brain that made a different decision. Intellectual mind says I need to save money. Different part of the brain goes into a shop and buys stuff I don't need to impress people that I don't even know. Yep. That's the one that buys an extra pair of shoes. There's a different part of the brain. The intellectual brain says, live a healthy lifestyle, eat salads and vegetables and fruits. And then there's another part of the brain that orders KFC or pizza or a hamburger or something that we put in our mouth and we know what we're eating is not healthy, right? Anybody done that before? Where you ate something and you knew this wasn't really health food? Logically, you knew exactly. Logically, there's a part of the brain that says, I'm in a relationship, I've got a beautiful partner, my wife, I need to take care of her, I need to be nice to her, I need to speak love language to her. That's the logic part of the brain. There's a different part of the brain that sometimes says things that I shouldn't. Oh, yes. There's a part of the brain that sometimes is nasty, rude, obnoxious, and just being an asshole. Anybody else that's ever said something to someone you love and you regretted it afterwards? It's just like, fell out of your mouth. Okay. So in reality, we've got a logic brain that wants to achieve something. But we've got a second part of the brain, and that's the one we're going to deal with a lot on this course, and that's the subconscious part. The subconscious part also makes decisions. In fact, the subconscious makes about 95% of all your decisions in your day. The conscious brain actually makes very little decisions. So I'm going to unpack the differences between the two quite a lot today. I'm going to explain to you why we say certain things and do certain things and how you can actually change it. But the subconscious brain, compared to the conscious brain, the subconscious is actually genius. The conscious brain is actually really stupid. Seriously. It feels like we live in this world where we develop the conscious brain, But to give you guys an idea, if you look at how big your brain is, it's roughly the size of 2 fists put together. All right. How big do you think your conscious brain is in that big gray matter thing inside of your skull? Your conscious is so small, it's like the tip of a pinky. It can fit into a teaspoon. It's really a small part of the brain. And that's the part of the brain that most people want to develop. That's the part of the brain that the whole Western world has put its faith in. Think, focus, be attentive, be disciplined, all these type of things. We try and really focus on the logic brain or the conscious mind. To me, it's an absolute waste of time unless your subconscious brain is also developed, unless the subconscious brain is aligned. Because if the conscious brain takes a decision, I'm going to get fit, and the subconscious brain says, nah, couch, Netflix, binge watch, eat ice cream and chips. Which one's going to win? Subconscious brain. Why? Because it's by far overwhelming, stronger, better than the conscious brain. Now, unless these two are going in the same direction, we're going to have conflict. So I want you to think about this for a moment. And there's a huge amount of people that live a life this way. Consciously, they want certain things in life. Come on, a career, good relationship, be disciplined, be healthy. I want to look at it amazing as Dion at the age of 60. I want to do this. Oh, no. Subconscious mind says, nah, I want to go there. If these two are not on the same path, the one's going in the other direction and the other one is going in the other direction. It's almost like, you know, I've got a dog. He's extremely squint. The one eye looks that way, the other eye looks that way. And he has walked where he walks into the leg of a table without realizing it's there. You're not going to experience true abundance and success. You're not going to experience a full sense of bliss, satisfaction, joy, love, true health, and abundance in every area of your life if your conscious brain wants to go in one direction, your subconscious wants to go into the other direction. Because then you've got two parts that are pulling in the opposites. You're going to constantly live a life where you're going to ask yourself questions. I don't know why I'm doing all of this stuff. Why did I do that? That was such a dumb idea. That was really a bad response. I shouldn't have done that. And we go into a very self-criticizing mode. Who's recognizing, who's been there already in your life at some stage, where you question yourself and you judge yourself, and you're constantly living in this imposter syndrome that, look at everybody else around me, they're so sorted, I'm so messed up. I hope nobody sees how messed up I am really inside. That's not being messed up. That's merely having a disalignment between your conscious and your subconscious. And part of this course is filled with a lot of concepts, techniques, and skills in how do I get these two in the same direction. In fact, today you'll learn. How do I get these two parts of my brain to serve the same master, to want to achieve the same thing in life, and to move in the same direction that it should be moving into.